Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to A Tall Girls Podcast. My name is India, and today, as you could tell by the title, I will be talking about the infamous movie Tall Girl in this episode. Yes, Tall Girl. I may or may not be super late to the whole trend, the whole game, because this movie did come out a while ago. I think probably a year ago, but a friend did suggest that I do an episode on this, and honestly, it's very fitting because I'm a tall girl, so why not just react to a tall girl movie? So let's just dive right in. I want to first talk about some of the main characters and just give my impressions on them. So first, I do want to apologize in advance because if you're listening to this and you haven't seen the movie, there are going to be spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers, I suggest that you watch the movie first and then come back. I don't know, whatever works for you. And first, I should probably explain what the movie is about. So, super short summary. A tall girl named Jody. She is having a hard time fitting in high school because of her height. She, as she said in the beginning of the movie, is 6'1.5", and everybody else in the school's significantly shorter than her, except for one day, this foreign exchange student from Sweden, his name is Luke, we'll get into him later, shows up and oh my gosh, she's instantly in love because he's taller than her, which I feel like is kind of shallow. But then her friend, I think his name is Dunkerman. The Swedish guy calls him Dunkers. I kind of like that better. So Dunkers here, who is shorter than her, is basically confessing his love for her every day, and she's not hearing it because he's shorter than her. So there's this whole love triangle thing going on, and that's basically the premise of the movie. So it's kind of like, who is she going to choose in the end? The one who's taller and perfect, supposedly for her, or the one who's shorter? So yeah, that's the premise of the movie. So I'm just going to get into the characters now. So first, I'm going to talk about Kimmy. Kimmy is that, if you watched Mean Girls, she's basically Regina George, but watered down. She's the super popular girl, the mean girl of the school. Oh, she has traveled to so many places. She dresses nice every single day, full face of makeup, blah, blah, blah. Typical Regina George type character. But I really disliked her, which kind of means that she did play her part very well. She is one of those bullies, I would say. She bullies the protagonist and yada, 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 but I feel like her character was kind of a little dry. That's why I did say that she's kind of Regina George, but watered down. She had no backstory, no known source for her hate, no other dimension to her besides the fact that she's mean and controlling and she just yells at everybody. So she could have been developed a little bit more, but yeah, I'm not going to stay on Kimmy for too long because she was just a little bit dry. So next I'm going to talk about Luke. When I first saw him, I literally thought that he was Jody's long lost brother. It might have been the hair, it might have been the facial features, they just really looked similar. So when she was like, oh my gosh, I'm instantly in love, I was like, incest? But I'm not going to get too deep into that. But yeah, it was pretty established that they were not related, even though they kind of look related. I mean, you literally can't tell them apart. They really kind of look alike, especially because they're so close in height. I looked him up. He's 6'3", so 6'3", and then the other girl, Jody, is basically 6'2". So that can kind of make it seem like they're related. But anyways, once I saw Kimmy talking to him by his locker and flirting with him, I already knew where that situation was going, and I automatically disliked him, especially at that party that Dunkerman had when he was basically talking crap about Jody in front of everybody at the party. It was terrible. He just showed how much of a fake person he is. So much faker than I thought, actually. And this is a perfect transition to Dunkerman, okay? Or is it Dunkleman? I've been calling him the wrong name. Dunkleman. Sorry about that. To Dunkleman, because he stood up to a guy who was almost twice his size. I should probably just say a foot taller, who was almost a foot taller than him. That is scary. And honestly, that is amazing. I really admire his bravery for that. And that's why I'm so glad that, spoiler alert, Jodie ended up picking Dunkleman over Luke. Okay? Dunkleman is shorter than me and all, because I did look him up too. He's actually 5'7" in real life, so in the movie he's 5'7". But he is kind of like my spirit animal in a way. He isn't afraid to tell it how it is. He was super mature to let go of Jodie, just to tell her in her bedroom that it's okay, love whoever you want, you'll be happy even if it's not with me. He was just super mature to really just let her go when he thought that his chances with her were dead. He's also very confident and very ambitious to go for a girl who is significantly taller than him, because I don't know, I could be wrong, but my impression is that when a dude, especially like in the beginning scene of the movie, when the guy was talking to her in the library and then he was gonna go ask her out, and then she stood up and he automatically got scared and ran away. My impression was just that the shorter guys are just scared of us tall beings. But honestly, that really is not the case. And Dunkleman is the perfect example of that. Not all short guys are scared of us tall women. So I really liked that about him. And Jodie kept telling him, no, dude, you're like mad short. It would look weird. I would look like a freak, blah, blah, blah. Even though, which is a stupid reason, because, okay, he's shorter than you. So what? He's been your best friend for so long. He's been around there for you. He stood up for you. Like, height really should not matter at that point, okay? And it's not about the physicality. He doesn't care that you're so much taller than him, so why should you care that he's so much shorter than you? I mean, that could be her preference for somebody closer to her in height, but I mean, in the end, she did end up going for him, so that really shows that she would be willing to go for somebody who is shorter than her, because it's about what's in the heart. It's about what's in the heart. See, now Jodie, let's talk about her. She's the main gal here. It's her situation, her character, herself, her existence, I should say, is very interesting. I feel like at first in the movie, she accurately represented how tall women feel about their height, especially teenagers. Like the men's size 13 Nike shoes. She's like, you think you have problems? Try being a girl in men's size 13 Nike shoes. And at first I was like, slow down, okay? Because there are people who are unemployed, there are people who are homeless, there are people who don't have clean running water, they don't have any food, they're starving, and you're complaining about your height. But I mean, I get that. Like, when you have everything that is going good for you, but then you have like what you consider to be a flaw, I can understand that. I know that they were being dramatic, but I just felt like I should point that out. But I also feel the parts where she was slouching and everybody told her to stand up straight, but she was still slouching because she wanted to be a little shorter and I guess fit in. But I feel like after a while, it became very, very excessive. Like, her whole grade just made fun of her. She would just be standing in the middle of the hallway by her locker, minding her own business, and you have like 5 different people within the span of 2 minutes walking by. It's like, haha, how's the weather up there? And all that. Like, in reality, that probably would not even happen because people are just so absorbed in themselves to worry so much about other people and their heights. I mean, yeah, it happens, but not really to that extent, I think. And this I guess, excessiveness really carried over into her character, into Jodie's character, Jodie, whatever, because it literally became her only personality trait. Okay, I admit that being tall is a personality trait of mine, and I'm pretty sure if you're a tall girl listening to this too, being tall is a personality trait of yours too. Okay, being tall can be a personality trait, but being the only personality trait is pretty sad, okay? Because all she ever spoke about with her parents and her friends is about her height. Whether she was complaining about it directly or she could be talking about something in general. Like she could talk about the blue sky and the birds, and she will somehow bring up the fact that she's tall and complain about it. And she even stopped playing piano because I remember her saying somewhere in the movie she doesn't want too much attention drawn to her because she's already tall and I don't need any more eyes on me and blah, blah, blah. Like, are you kidding me? I get that it can be hard when people make fun of you because of your height and you always feel like the odd one out and you may feel like you'll never find a boyfriend around your height. But I just wanted to scream at her that there's just so much more to life than just your height. There is so much more to life than just your height. Honestly, at this point, just step on the haters. Like, you're so tall, you can step on them. Just step on the haters. Stepping over them might actually be the better and safer option because we don't want you to get expelled for stepping on people. But screw it. You're not on school grounds, just step on them. They're all beneath you for a reason, okay? I mean, all in all, I think that this movie was pretty entertaining, except for the excessiveness when it came to her height and it being her only personality trait. Like, just chill out, dude. Just chill out. But I really think that something like this can be very positive for younger, tall girls. It really shows that it's okay to be tall and it's okay to wear heels when you're tall. Oh my gosh, when she pulled up to Homecoming in like the 12-inch stilettos that Dunkleman got for her, I was like, yes, queen, pop off. But let me get back to it. But it's okay to wear heels when you're tall, and it's okay to be with a guy that's shorter than you. And also, I feel like the reason that she looked so tall in the movie was because of the camera placement and the other characters' heights. I mean, I don't know about film technique and all of that, but the way the cameras were angled in the movie, it just made her look taller than she actually was, because I'm 5'10" and she's like 3 to 4 inches taller than me. But in the movie, she looked like she could be 6'7" or even taller, just because of the way that the camera was positioned. And also the other characters, like her parents were super short. Like I looked up these people's heights. I looked up the parents' heights too. The father in real life and in the movie, of course, was 5'7", and the mother in real life and in the movie was 5'1". I get that tall genes exist in the family, but if the parents are 5'7" and 5'1", how does the kid end up 6'2"? I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but I do see the strategy there with the filmmakers. Okay, don't think I didn't catch that, because I did. I caught it. But anyways, if you saw the movie, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the movie. Let me know what you think about what I said. Did you disagree or did you agree? Hit me up on my socials. They'll be linked below. It's at a Tall Girls Podcast on Instagram and Pinterest and TikTok. So yeah, just let me know. And I really appreciate you for listening this far into the episode. And I really hope that you come back into the next one. All right, good night and goodbye.